What's up, everybody? Welcome here to Steve's Wrestling Ramble. Welcome to the Sports Talk Network. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, what usually is just me, myself, and I, and everybody else that's watching, do this quick review of a pay-per-view. Here, I have one of my co-hosts from the Ramble here with me, where we're going to dive as deep as she wishes to herself, the time that she has allowed to be here with me tonight. But let's first welcome her, Becky. Becky, how are you doing?
I was great until the end of that pay-per-view.
Yeah, let's just, we'll go through the whole show, but we'll
Yep.
go
Yeah.
where Becky heads where we want to go. Let's start with the ending of the pay-per-view event. We have Baron Corbin putting his hands on a woman and doing the end of days to Becky Lynch. And then we have Brock Lesnar coming out there actually cashing in. Paul Heyman wasn't BSing like I thought he was. I thought in the end maybe the music would hit and be Paul and he just laugh it off and it's nothing and people would call that
No,
BS.
we should have saw it coming.
It's one of those.
They were in. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I understand what you mean. Like, he says these things, and sometimes they do come true. But I thought I overanalyzed like I do anything, and I overanalyzed and thought of it like, okay, he's saying all this. Is it really going to be spoiled, or is he going to come out and actually cash in, and Seth actually get him? I thought maybe Becky would come back in or something and fend Brock off a little bit, and Seth getting a curb stomp in there or something, or a low blow.
Yeah.
Or B, like I said, Paulie would just come out there, laugh it off, turn around, walk his ass back to the gorilla and back to the back, and
Right.
But he cashed in. He won the title. What are your thoughts?
Again, we should have saw it coming. It's Philadelphia. It's ECW country. It's Paul Heyman, and he said he wanted to be part of history. So now he's part of history, and now we have an absentee champ, which will make the ratings tank even worse.
But do we really have an absentee champ? Because we have, or WWE has him, booked him, planned this, right? This is WWE, scripted television, entertainment. Planned this and booked Brock Lesnar to win said Universal Championship for the third time.
Right.
WWE Extreme Rules. And the next pay-per-view, as you obviously know, is WWE SummerSlam. So
right, and we probably won't see him until SummerSlam.
But in regards to absentee and the road to SummerSlam, I would hope, pray, think, assume that Brock's going to be on at least two of the Raws. 2 out of 4, but 2 of the Raws, half of the Raws, half of the shows, something on the road to SummerSlam. Whether it's tomorrow night and the go-home, a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll probably be tomorrow.
Reunion.
I don't think it'll be the reunion because the reunion will just be a thing of its own. I think it's going to be tomorrow night so you can glow, and then it's going to be the go home. So that way, whoever his opponent is, I'm hoping it's Rollins, they could do the stare down and then fade to black.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like you have him win the championship in Extreme Rules, you have SummerSlam on the horizon. Can you really be absentee champion if you're going to have him become champion for the third time at this event before SummerSlam, right? If this was a different part of the year and him winning at a B-level pay-per-view or a different pay.
Now, if he wanted it like Stomping Grounds or something, then I see your point. Or I see my point if he wanted it Stomping Grounds. But yeah, yours does sound a little more logical, seeing as SummerSlam is right around the corner, literally.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, it could end up being we just see promo packages or via satellites or whatever of Brock and just Heyman on screen.
Yeah.
On Raw or something.
Well, Heyman's going to be on screen a lot more anyway, seeing as he's taking more of a creative role on Raw anyway.
And from what I'm hearing, those roles officially start tomorrow night for both Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff. So Monday and Tuesday, that's starting off with them. So looking forward to seeing the future of the shows with them in control. But in regards to
hopefully it's not a new era and same old stuff.
Yeah, hopefully. But time will tell, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. No, it's share your thoughts when you have them. You don't want to lose them. But no, time will only tell in regards to how the shows are run. Raw with Paul Heyman, SmackDown Live with Eric Bischoff. But in regards to on TV, in regards to KV, in regards to Brock Lesnar now being a 3-time Universal Champion, I mean this championship has had only a short history. I think like 6 or 7 men have held that title or champions period, and Brock is 3 times. So
yeah, sounds about right.
it's interesting in that sense in regard to Brock Lesnar, where most would assume that if that was the case for somebody, a three-time,
Right.
four-time champion already for the short lineage of the title, it would be Roman
Mhm.
Reigns and not Brock
Right.
Lesnar. Like he would be the one, and then people would be bitching about that. But this time
I mean,
it's
people
Brock.
are going to bitch no matter what. I mean, people have their opinions. It's just, to me, this has Vince's fingerprints all over it. And we're supposed to be weaning away from that. So it just stuck a bug in my craw.
It certainly was someone again. Even though Paul Heyman said it a little bit earlier in the show, and I should have seen it coming, like you said, I was a little bit surprised that he actually did come out there and cash in successfully, and become the champion there at Extreme Rules. Um, and the way and how the match itself ended there in that mixed tag match that
Yeah.
somewhat was his own mess. That was interesting to say the least.
I thought that
Um,
was a great finish.
eh,
I thought the end of the Extreme Rules match was a great finish. I think even Becky getting physical with Baron Corbin, I think that's a great
mhm,
finish. But
mm.
it was ruined by the cash in. A great show of progress for this stagnant company was completely ruined by new era, same old shit. Pardon my French.
All right. So you talk about this being all events and his fingerprints all over it. Thing. Where do you think in his mind, if you go in the mind of Vince McMahon, of why he's having Brock Lesnar here become a three-time Universal Champion, winning it now when things are supposed to, as you call it, change with the Heyman and Bischoff thing and other
Right.
things like in your head, why do you think then Vince went back to the well and having Brock the Universal Champion?
Because Vince doesn't want to let go of control. He's going to let go of this thing from his cold dead hands. And he wants everybody to be like, look, you guys got a little bit of what you wanted, but it's my show. This is my baby. Don't forget it.
I built this; it'd be nothing without me.
Exactly.
Sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand the part of it's hard to let go, especially with something that you had all your life. But if that is, honestly, in the end, his catalyst of making decisions, then I mean, then it is time for him to go, and it's time to give the reins to Stephanie McMahon and to Triple H, and have the company sink or swim with them, and whatever. And how he can focus on the XFL and the relaunch of that. Which again is his own interesting decision of his, still,
Mm-hmm.
but still, here in regards to Extreme Rules, I thought overall it was a good show. I mean, if I voted on my own Insta poll again for people watching live or even archived, I have it up as I always do for 24 hours. Follow me on Twitter at the Ramble underscore WWE and on Twitter at the Ramble underscore WWE. Uh, as it always is, great, good, okay, or terrible, however you thought the pay per view or Raw or SmackDown was. I do that for all the shows. So for Extreme Rules, I have that up. I have that up now on Twitter, live and going. So you're welcome to vote and retweet it, and others are welcome to obviously vote as well. It takes 2 seconds to do so. I greatly appreciate if you do so. But let's talk about the whole entire show, and let's talk about with the first surprise of the night, at least to me, maybe not to you, but to me, first surprise of the night, and that be Shinsuke Nakamura defeating and winning the Universal Champ or not Universal, sorry, Intercontinental Championship from
I
Finn
wish
Balor.
it was universal.
I mean, he was the inaugural Universal Champion, but
Right, I get what you
Inter, yeah, I know Intercontinental Championship. Um, I guess I'll just go quickly. Great match back and forth. I was actually
mean.
again in this situation a little bit surprised, but for different reasons, especially with the whole club stuff. I know
Right.
Finn isn't part of it right now, but where does that lie? Okay, I was thinking maybe he to join it, but join it as a champion, and then AJ Styles winning the championship, and those two being champions. And point is, the story being told moving forward from there. But Shinsuke winning. What are your thoughts on Shinsuke Nakamura winning the Intercontinental Championship kind of out of nowhere? He's been gone for so long. He comes
Right.
back, he's thrown into this match for the title, and yet he wins the title.
I thought it was a great match. Oh, technically, I just thought they should have gave Finn a longer run with it. Give it some meaning, make him a fighting champion. I mean, yes, he was a fighting champion, but they're not. They shouldn't give it to somebody where there really was no build up. Make
Right.
it worth something.
Right, and that's why I thought, okay, this is a good big first match for Shinsuke coming back after being gone for so long.
Yeah.
He is a marquee name. He's a big superstar, sort of that. So even with the time off, no one's going to, again, like you said, though, everybody has opinions, but not too many. Well, bitching and playing of Shinsuke Nakamura getting a title opportunity, the IC title opportunity, here coming back from hiatus and whatever. So
Yep.
I didn't expect him to win because of, honestly, that fact and no other actual litigating factors above that. So for him, winning actually was a surprise in that sense, not in the sense of Shinsuke Nakamura, but um, yeah, certainly for Finn
He didn't
Balor.
look like he had any ring rust on him or anything.
No, that was good to see.
Everything looked crisp. Everything looked crisp and clean, and it was a great match. It's just I wish they could have made it worth something. I hate keep using that phrase, but there the IC title is just getting more devalued, and it's a shame.
I know people have said that about both mid card titles, the IC and
Yes,
the US.
most definitely.
Um, Different situations, different reasonings, but I have heard the argument being made for both mid card titles. Moving on, speaking of a championship that deserves some respect to its name, and I keep saying that each and every pay per view because I mean it. The WWE Cruiserweight Championship. We have Drew Gulak defending and successfully defending against former champion Tony Nese. Gulak won the title last month. I don't see him dropping it right away, so that wasn't a surprise. With the match itself, good. I mean, even though it's a cruiserweight match and those usually get poo-pooed by people, I would say that even in that light, and as much as I am a supporter of 205 Live and the cruiserweight division, I do say this for me is a contender for match of the night, even with all the other great matches and even finishes and stuff like that for the
Mm,
night. So, what are your thoughts on this cruiserweight championship match with Gulak successfully defending?
I thought it was a great match. I don't know about match of the night, but I definitely do think it's top three.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, your list
Of
is your
course, me
list.
not being. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Me not being as big a fan of 205 Live as you are, and just seeing the product at pay per views and things like that, I'm not seeing the product as much as you are, so you know a lot more about it than I do. But from what I've seen, it's a good product. Like I said, I don't think it would be match of the night, but I definitely think it would be top three.
Right, and even for me, loving the product, and in that sense, loving the product of the cruiserweight division. I'm actually happy to hear in regards to your opinion of putting it in your top three with all the other great matches. Because I think
Yeah,
Extreme Rules heading in, I thought was going to be good, and I was trying to keep it on that fact that the Extreme Rules is going to be fine. That's not just going to be totally predictable in regards to outcomes. Like everybody's gonna successfully defend their titles and they'll just pack up and head to SummerSlam. The writing team, the company, the wrestlers, sort of thing. Where there might actually be more than one. And I was even tweeted that out in our thread there that I'm actually pleasantly surprised that there's more than one title change here at Extreme Rules,
yeah.
um, and such like that. So that being a great positive. But here, of course, title did not change. Drew Gulak successfully defending. Let's head over to the next match here that I have listed. The Undertaker. The Undertaker and Roman Reigns defeating Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Undertaker tombstoning Shane O'Mac, Mr. Best in the World, and defeating him. Maybe defeating him, maybe he becomes the best in the world. But there is no best in the world championship. So either way,
Right.
Undertaker and Reigns winning. I thought the match in itself was all right. The Undertaker actually looking pretty good. I was kind of worried, as we saw with his match against Goldberg, of how
Uh,
he would do here fair in this tag team match. I think he stepped it up. I think he showed out, and happy for the Undertaker if he pulled up and has a match at WrestleMania, and that finally being his final match at WrestleMania, then that's good to me. But your thoughts on the match and on the Undertaker specifically.
I thought it was a good match. I thought I thought the Undertaker looked great for everything that happened over in Saudi Arabia and everything else. I think this was a good redemption match. But if you noticed at the end of the match when Taker and Roman were standing there together, uh, Undertaker, kind of slapped him on this part. Can't even think of it. Not on the shoulder, but kind of on the shoulder chest connection area, and was
Hmm.
like, "It's your yard." So I'm assuming this is kind of a passing of the torch.
Yeah, it's a little settled way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually missed it, at least that moment, live because I was
Yeah, if you
going to
see it
drink
again,
this morning. Yeah, but
look for it.
well, it's just one of those things where I saw because it's one of those that I was away and didn't notice it, and then I noticed it on
Right.
when I was checking WWE's Twitter just to check up stuff.
Mhm.
Um, that's where I saw the GIF of it. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, cool little moment there. So
Yeah.
either way,
Definitely.
happy that they won because I know I was leery in my prediction episode in regards to Shane getting a pin on Taker or something sort of finish. The whole best
That
in
would
the
have been
world,
ridiculous.
the rumors of Shane McMahon getting a WWE title shot in the future. So
Yeah,
that's what I was, leaning at that Shane would defeat the dead
we
man
could do a whole show on that whole thing.
and have another thing for him to brag about beyond being best in the world.
Yeah, no
Um,
kidding. Anyways,
anyways, yeah, yeah. Moving right along, Raw Tag Team Championship match, the Revival going against the Usos, the new members of Raw, since at least since the Superstar Shakeup most recently. But
yeah.
Revival versus Usos, Revival getting the win. Your thoughts?
Again, thought it was a good match. Technically sound. Oh, great move sets. I think the reason why the revival is retained is because they don't want them to go to AEW. Because I really think they would flourish, in a new setting and new packaging. But they don't want to let them go. So, all right, let's keep them champs, make them happy.
Yeah, see, that's to me that's the interesting part of it in regards to the Revival. Like they were starting off in their displeasure or not getting creative control, whatever their reasoning is.
Hmm. I think we've either lost Steven or honestly, I don't know. I think we might be going. There he is.
All right, well that was weird. Anyways,
Sorry about that.
yeah, I don't know what I did or what happened there. But anyways,
I Yeah,
no,
it's
where
live,
did
folks.
well, I was I was away from the actual hangout. I was on the internet part, so you have to let me know what the last thing you heard me say.
The last thing I heard you say, you were talking about the revival and thinking that it was an interesting thought about trying to keep them away from AEW.
Yeah, in regards to like whatever their reasoning be that they're disgruntled and why they might have been leaving, and then WWE has them win the tag team titles um, a while back, and then lose them, and then win them here again, and now successfully defending, having them with Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, that click, I guess, so to speak,
Yeah.
group led by Shane, that maybe it is mainly to try to keep him from going to AEW, and that's probably true. But also, I think in the end, with the revival using, I would say, its own tactic of, okay, so we want to leave, we want to go to AEW or anywhere else. We have these issues, blah, 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 and kind of using it not as a crutch, but as a power
So you think
to get these
this
things
was a power
and
grab?
it happen and the way it works. So it's interesting to me in the sense of how that now is all working out for them, and if that will be enough for them to really actually
Well,
stay.
they're still wearing the hashtag FTR on their tights,
Hmm.
so I think they still want to leave.
Well, either way, whether they leave or not, at least WWE's trying their best, to try to
They're
keep them staying.
placating them.
And we'll see. Yeah, well, placating, whatever, I do still see it as an effort. So that being that. Now moving on to another
Right.
or to one that I would also call match of the night or could be Aleister Black defeating Cesaro in a one-on-one contest. I know it was a little
Ah,
iffy about Cesaro being the one to answer the bell, ring the door, or knock on the door, whatever it was, and challenge Aleister Black there. That I was really hoping for Randy Orton to be the one, but Cesaro. I was like, oh, what's
mm,
all up with this? And but they delivered pretty well, and I enjoyed the back and forth, and of course Aleister getting the win was fast there. But what are your thoughts on the match and of Cesaro being the one to be facing or face
I thought it was a great match. I thought it was a damn near masterpiece because it's two guys who know what they're doing and know how to show it off without being contrived, without saying, "Oh, here comes this move, here comes this move." You can't sit there and call the spots with an Aleister Black or a Cesaro match. Just it was so technically. Oh my! Oh, it was great.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, definitely for me, contender for match of the night in regards
Yes,
to this event.
most definitely.
Moving forward, the SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley successfully defending her championship in the handicap match against Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Cross. Bayley pinning Nikki Cross in the end. No Sasha Banks, nothing of that um,
Which I'm
epic
surprised
moment,
by.
which is to say. Um, but Bayley getting the win there. For me, I'll just quickly say the reason I don't think we see Sasha Banks last or tonight is because we're going to be seeing her tomorrow night at the earliest, or maybe Tuesday
Right.
night, SmackDown Live, right? SmackDown needs something. So either show, however, whenever have Sasha come out there or make a return, um, they'd be more impactful what happened tonight. Like if she just comes out on SmackDown, let's say, what's her reasoning? Just congratulate Bayley? Like what the reason there? Unless she turns, starts off with reuniting with the bestie and stuff, Boston Hook connection reunion in a sense,
Hmm.
and then turning and then challenging, and we have a SummerSlam match. But in the match itself, what did you think of this handicap match and Bayley getting the win and no Sasha Banks?
I was surprised by no Sasha Banks, but I wasn't surprised by Bayley retaining, even though it was a handicap match, because I think they're going to make it seem like Bliss and Cross are kind of on the rocks. They're going to try and make it seem like like Bayley is trying to separate the two, and just they're going to continue the storyline at least up until SummerSlam.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it looks like, well, at least for sure getting another opportunity, and then going from there, Bailey does retain, or however that's going to be. Maybe it'll be a multi-women match
Right.
for the SmackDown title. If you have Sasha turning, or if you just have Alexa Bliss and Nikki, one turning the other, and you have those four in the match at SummerSlam, and go from there. But either way, that was a good match, and again, wasn't surprised. Bailey getting the win. But of course, as a fan, was cheering for my girl Alexa
I'm
Bliss.
sorry. Hang on one second.
Go ahead.
Uh,
That's fine there. I'll just give my thoughts here for the next match, which is Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley in the last man standing match. Braun Strowman getting the win. I was actually surprised to see how well Bobby Lashley took it to Braun. Again, you shouldn't be, because you want to have Lashley look as strong as Braun. You don't want Braun to crush Bobby, because then you're in a sense burying Bobby Lashley. But Braun Strowman getting the win in the end was what I saw. I did hear the rumors in regards to now with Paul Heyman being the head of Monday Night Raw, Braun Strowman
right.
getting a push. So it certainly be I guess interesting. If anything is interesting, Braun Strowman there in that regard moving forward. But in that in that match, how the finish was, what are your thoughts on Braun versus Bobby?
It was a typical train wreck match. It was one of those things where some of the spots you didn't want to look, but you just couldn't look away. And I think you're right with the rumors of Braun getting a bigger push. That kind of came to fruition tonight. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, Braun has had or did have a Universal Title match once, or having big matches in his career already. I these guys limit for Braun Strowman, and however Paul Heyman wants to use him, as long as it's not going to be a Big Show esque, then
Right.
I do see something for Braun definitely moving forward. So congratulations to Braun, I guess, for the win over Bobby Lashley. Moving right along, the New Day defeating Daniel Bryan and Rowan, and also Heavy Machinery to become the new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. They're that triple threat. So the New Day is a trio, dripping in gold in their own way, being champions tag team in WWE. But with the New Day winning the tag team titles, though I was hoping for Heavy Machinery. Um, what were your thoughts on the match and New Day becoming the tag team champions?
I thought it was a typical ending. Give the tag team the champions, and then have Kofi retain. I think it goes hand in hand. I think it's a typical thing, and eventually they're going to defend it at SummerSlam. So
Yeah, yeah, it's just I don't know, less interesting, but just more surprising. Like I thought maybe that we go with Heavy Machinery, with the fanfare that tag team did get from last month, and that match with Brian and Roman. Maybe that's the way to build up. Keep getting kind of opportunities, or at least being in the picture. Then again, tag team division being what the tag team division is. But either way, the New Day become the new champions. I guess I'm right with it, though. I do and still say that to me, the New Day is getting a little old, the old day. Um,
I
and
mean, don't get me wrong. I think they're as outdated as you are, but with WWE being the way it is, you kind of had to expect it if you know anything about the product.
yeah, yeah, no, I get what you mean totally. But I thought that in regards to just, I get what you're saying in regards to the product and how things are right now. Specifically, I get it, but just in specifically that I was thinking with the heavy machinery tag team that
Right.
just with let's just call it momentum, that may have been better way to go, or at least in the tag team sense of it, let alone the New Day winning it now, and just for the business sort of,
Them being the power unit.
yeah, the trio, yeah, the power group was just like the power couple, Seth Rollins and
Oh,
Becky Lynch,
jeez.
mm, but but yeah, certainly so it was because, like you said, we are, might as well just talk about it quickly here in regards to the Reed Championship match with Samoa Joe and Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston retaining. I don't have really too much to say about that, really anything at all. So I'll give the floor to Becky. Your thoughts with Kofi retaining in the match itself?
It was a decent match. It wasn't great. It wasn't awful.
Yeah, it is what it is. Kofi retains. Yeah,
Honestly, I think that would have been classified as the bathroom break.
yeah, and that's unfortunate to say in regards to it being a
Yeah.
championship match, but I get what you're saying
Well,
there.
it's sad because it's Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe, I believe, deserves a lot better than being a bathroom break. I mean, I have a few ideas, but oh,
All right,
jeez.
what are your ideas?
Uh, I think it should be Brock and Joe at SummerSlam. I
Hmm,
think that would be great.
that would be. I'm only, the only issue with that is how do you shoot in Joe if Seth Rollins is supposed to get a rematch?
Triple threat, wild card rule. No,
True.
it wouldn't be the first time they pulled an idea out of their butts.
I mean, it is their company; they can do whatever they want, pull rules, do whatever they want,
Exactly.
make things work, fit them in. Um, but yeah, I see what you're saying. But I think what we're probably simply going to get is Brock versus Seth 1-on-1 in regards to
Probably.
Samoa Joe. Maybe another opportunity. I mean, um, opportunity for with Kofi Kingston for the WWE title.
Mm, yeah.
That's why I thought that Brock would cash in on Kofi because in regards to if Brock's going to be a champion, going to be a champion for a while,
Right.
you have him being the champion there on SmackDown with him going to Fox in October. So
That actually would have made more sense to me.
Me too. I mean, especially with Fox Network, at least from what I've been hearing, wanting the big stars there. So
Right.
if you have Brock being the
Who's a
champion
bigger
over
star than Brock Lesnar?
Ronda Rousey showing up,
God, my stomach
and,
just earned saying that.
yeah, and being on SmackDown, you have big stars there. That would definitely appease Fox Network. But I guess
Right.
that in that sense, it'd
Well,
be what it be.
I hate to hurry this up, but as far as my opinion about Becky and Seth's match, it was great. I enjoyed it right up until the end. And unfortunately, I've got to go.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
Glad you're here for as long as you were.
definitely. We'll do this again for SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Works for me.
All right, take care.
Uh, last thing I'll say, Poker Lady 718 on Twitter, ROTC Brat 718 on Instagram. Follow Martin Casals if you want to come hang out with me on Twitch. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Take care. But yeah, it was great to have her here, and for me here in the end, just wanted to share in regards to a impromptu match, Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. That was quick. It was more just for Kevin Owens to talk on the mic. Okay, good for him. So that's pretty much it. Regards to all of Extreme Rules. It's nice to have a friend here with me. And I thank you for watching. Maybe she'll be here Thursday. We'll see. But we'll move forward. And I hope you all enjoyed. Welcome to follow me on Twitter at The Ramble underscore WWE. Find me on Instagram at Stephen K underscore 06. On Snapchat at Stevie K underscore 06. And yeah, vote on the Insta poll on my Twitter there at WWE or at The Ramble underscore WWE. And vote there. Did you think it was great? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was okay? Or do you think it was terrible? Either way, look forward to hearing from you. For the rest of your evening, enjoy your week. Oh, gosh darn it. But anyways, sorry about that. But above all else, as always, take care.